Bank Savings Dreams promotion and save monthly for a chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip to Peru. Enter now. The time by JN Bank Savings Dreams promotion is 6 o'clock.
Listen, baby, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby.
If you need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far.
Don't worry, baby.
Just call my name, I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry, 'cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, baby.
Remember the day I set you free? I told you you could always count on me, darling. From that day on.
Ain't no mountain. Who's this? Who's the artist? Who's the artist?
Oh, jeez.
That sounds like Marvin Gaye and
Tammy Terrell.
Yeah. Marvin Gaye. Oh my God.
in
Let's
the
get it
day,
on. Let's get it on. Good morning,
like Richie
everybody.
Stevens just,
you know, right?
Yeah. And that's where I get it from. And that's where I get it from.
Richie Stevens, big deal business back in the day.
Back in the day?
I will die for you. Don't care what they do. I will die. Cobra, take time, yeah.
Oh, but yeah, like I think I'm in that top guy. Yeah.
I gotta tell you, good morning,
Those
everybody.
days.
How are you guys doing this morning? A bright, beautiful, bountiful Monday morning.
Loving
here.
that alliteration
I
there.
gotta tell you.
Someone went to lit class.
I know. Got it. The metaphor using as or like,
Yes,
right? Simile.
No, simile
Is
is
using
with
as or like. Yes,
Metaphor is a comparison
without as or like.
Yeah,
I wish
yeah.
what I wanted to have. You have onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia.
Yeah. What else do you have?
There's so many of them. What would you call
Yeah.
it? Yeah, we said alliteration.
You have hyperbole.
Hyperbole.
Yeah.
Yes. Sarcasm.
Yes.
Yes. There's a variety of literary devices.
You see that?
Literary
I gotta tell-
devices.
And when in September you head up your page like that language class or literature class, and you have literary devices, and then you start them
That's
off. I gotta tell you,
right.
good morning to all the literature teachers,
Morning.
and good morning to all the lit students. Good morning to everybody watching this morning from wherever you
my
are in
lit
the
teacher,
world.
I remember Glenda Dobbin, Miss Dobbin.
Dobbin.
Yeah, she was
wow.
so lovely.
Aw.
Witty,
Yes.
sharp.
Yeah.
Miss Dobbin, of course, Mrs. Venora L. Duff.
Oh wow, you remember good here?
What, Mrs. Duff?
Yeah.
Greatest. Yeah, man.
My lit teachers, Miss Thelma Baker and Miss Faye Brown.
Yeah.
They were so good. I mean,
man.
just
God.
also Miss. Oh my goodness, I'm seeing her face right now. Miss Parkinson.
Oh.
Yes, Miss Parkinson.
Yes.
For literature.
I had a
and
lit teacher
love
named
it.
Beryl Henry. She taught me Shane. Remember Shane?
Yeah, oh my God, Shane.
The stump. The symbolism of the stump.
Yes. And when you lifted the stump, what it mean? Listen.
Oh, gosh.
I love literature, right? I remember like even Merchant of Venice,
Yes.
12th Night, right?
You may have your pound of flesh.
You know what I loved too? A Raisin in the
A
Sun.
raisin in the sun.
A Raisin in the Sun. Yes, Lena Younger.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Listen, for me, hi guys, yeah. Can you
yeah,
tell?
man.
We love lit? Yes,
No,
we
man.
do.
Love literature class.
Yeah,
love
love it,
literature.
love it.
No,
And
man.
children and kids, right? I know some of these books may seem boring. I know they may
Now, it's
seem
long after some time you realize, say, hey, remember what we did learn in a lit class?
yeah.
And it's a principle. Yeah,
it's actually applicable to life.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
definitely.
So pay attention and just love your schoolwork. But yeah, how was your weekend?
Wow. Wow.
That sounds fully loaded.
No,
Reloaded.
It's a funniest thing.
Yeah.
I was saying, I don't even want to talk about my weekend. Like when I woke up this morning, I said, that weekend, you're wickedy, man.
Yeah.
All right, so Saturday morning, early in the morning, I went and I took Jackson for his first day of extra swimming class. Because
Right.
he does swimming in the week, but we decided to him going to go swimming on Saturdays. And I decided that I'm going to do swimming too.
Oh wow.
And I did swimming. I said, I do swimming, you know.
Yeah.
And I came home from swimming and I knocked out.
Yeah.
And I slept like for the rest of the weekend. Like,
So then it's one look at my concept.
hold on now. Hold on. When me tell you some me sleep out the weekend, me sleep, me wake up, but I know everything is a blur. I did some things, I ran some errands, came back, sleep. Got up, ate some food. Me sleep.
You see, it's a fatigue. You see, the fatigue
Me wake up yesterday,
descended on you.
and I'm like, it's like almost like a heaviness just pulling me back.
So hold on. So tell me, did you sleep out the race?
What?
You sleep out the race?
The race? Me sleep.
Dennis,
Hold on now. I
need
got
to
up,
give you some
I
vegetable
went to
soup.
church. I went to church, came
I
back
want
up,
to get some ram goat
sleep.
soup. I want to get some fish soup.
Me sleep.
Oh
Me
my
sleep. Me say
God.
me want. Me get up. Me say me want some soup. Me never have the soup.
Well, maybe Caribbean Dreams could have helped
But
you with
me
that.
know say
see that?
you drink soup in the morning.
No, in the morning?
Me see you at talk about one day long time we had talk about you that drink soup
It
in the morning.
depends. It depends on the type of soup.
No, sir.
And depends on what it's in
All right,
there.
first of
So
all,
like
as a
fish tea can
Jamaican,
drink.
do you eat soup or drink soup?
I drink soup.
You drink soup?
Yeah,
you
drink
eat
soup.
porridge or drink porridge?
Drink porridge.
So you drink soup, you drink porridge.
Yeah, drink your porridge.
You drink your porridge?
Yeah,
Yeah,
drink your porridge.
drink your porridge. I think Jamaican people eat soup
Eat
though.
soup?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean, for me, like fish tea can do in the morning. Because fish tea kind of have a little lightness to it.
But all right,
Or
like so like
vegetable
cock soup is what? Is dinner.
Yeah, yellow soup. One more dinner something.
Pumpkin and
Yeah,
chicken
that's
in
a lot.
there.
That's dinner,
Yeah.
lunch. You know, the 1 o'clock,
Yeah.
2 o'clock bells type of vibe. Yeah.
But like
fish-
definitely
Evening.
ram goat
Yeah, man.
soup.
Afternoon, night something.
late
Yeah.
night at a
Dead
setup.
yard.
Dead
Yeah,
yard,
yeah.
ram goat
But
soup.
you know what though, Dennis? You know what's nice? Mutton soup, right?
Mutton soup?
Yeah, listen, hey guys, goat soup. I'm not talking about the instrals or the
And the-
intestines,
yeah,
like
goat
the manish
head.
water.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about
We
the
don't
actual...
drink manish water though.
You don't drink manish
No.
water? Really?
We don't want no water with manish.
Dennis, I would cry for you.
What?
You know,
What's
so
about the
Dennis,
water, sir?
You know, okay, you
That
know...
sound like, you can't drink it. Drink no water with manish.
Dennis,
Eh?
you are...
That's why I'm
Dennis.
like, you see what them say? Goat soup.
Wow.
That's what them say?
Well,
Goat soup.
or you want...
Eh?
So you don't want the cock soup either?
Never. Never.
Caribbean
Eh?
Dreams, I gotta
Eh?
tell you. Why?
Yeah? See this? See this now?
Yeah.
I did this, yeah.
And then some people still say, why for that?
Sea provision soup. Sea provision soup. You see this
provision.
right here? I remember one night I go on round robin and they had vegetable soup and me drink the soup and whole time I drink the soup, I ask them back if meat in I soup because the soup was
Tastes
so
so good, yeah.
And I said, no, me refuse. And then I said, it's vegetable soup. We know you were coming, so me give.
Wow. Vegetable soup. No, man.
Nicole Ramsey, yo, are the baddest vegetable soup
Vegetable
ever.
soup?
So me say,
Who
me go
knows?
give her this and tell her, say, put this in a vegetable soup.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
You know what? One of the things I learned or found out about was like soup, like corn soup. Corn soup. I guess it's kind of vegetable
yeah,
soup,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
with the corn in it. But you know what? Boiled corn goes well with coconut.
Coconut.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
Fletcher's Land taught me that.
Yes, versus
Miss Mama's used to sell it right on
Yeah.
the corner. And I'm like, coconut and corn?
I didn't know, but yeah.
Mad combination.
Yeah.
But you slept out the races yesterday.
The races.
Sir,
No, well,
I gotta tell you,
hold
I'm
on,
getting to it.
hold on. Before we go to the question, we have a giveaway question.
Yes.
Because we love our sunrisers.
Yes, we do.
And we have a chance for you to win a basket of goodies from Caribbean Dreams. So all you have to do is head on over to their social media pages at Caribbean Dreams Official to answer this question. Name all 6 flavors of Caribbean Dreams soup mixes. It's so easy. All you have to do, if you were watching this, you would naturally have heard. So
Because
name
we
all
deliberately
6
call them
flavors.
out. So you have to pay close attention.
So
Yeah.
you just like that, you win for yourself a basket. You could be bubble like soup, bubble like soup.
Well, I gotta tell you, and their products are really great. And I want to say big up to Caribbean Dreams.
They came last week
yeah,
and
they
them-
did.
and
Chef
they
Bling.
really threw down in the kitchen. Yeah.
So I'm a soup person. I love soup. I believe in soup and porridge, and maybe oblique Seville. You know what I mean?
It look like oblique
put
look
some
like
respect on the man name. Listen.
you know what?
Shane. Thompson.
I felt so proud.
Yes.
I was like, it was the dream result for me.
Yeah, but you know what? Usain Bolt predicted it. And
I saw
him in the stands
yeah.
as well. And it was just such a moment in time. We don't care about who came after. It was just 1-2, and that's it.
Nice.
Right there. But I also want to salute Tina Clayton.
Yes,
For
her
doing
first championships.
Oh my goodness, such a wonderful job representing for her family. Her mom was there, the tears of joy, and I know her sister wasn't able to make it. And so it was like, I'm doing it for my mom, I'm doing it for my sister.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely amazing. So big ups to Oblique Seville, very transparent, nothing oblique there.
No.
Men's 100-meter final. I remember I told you,
Yeah,
put
man.
some guy to rest. Just like that. And some I forgot to twist him ear over back.
No, man.
Yeah, twist back him ear over.
The
Yeah,
devil
put it
is a lie.
color. The devil.
The devil is a
Go
lie.
down, I gotta tell ya. Yeah.
Yeah,
Big up to
man.
Sharika Jackson as well.
Yeah, Jacko.
Yeah, she finished outside of the medal podium. She placed 4th, but still, thank her for her efforts as per usual.
Yep, man.
And Shelley and Fraser Price finished 6th. With 11.03
Yeah,
seconds.
she made the final
Yeah.
in her final.
Hello, in her final
Yeah.
hurrah, her last hurrah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we're so
definitely.
proud of her. She's so iconic, so legendary, such a wonderful queen with grit, resilience, and just that stick-to-itiveness.
Amazing.
And she has
She's a
definitely her
legend.
legacy. Yeah.
She's a legend. When she run against some girl, them a little bit of girl when she win her
But
first.
also remember, one of Shelly-Ann's best times was after she gave birth and when she came back.
Well, some
And
of her
that is
best performances,
yeah.
generally speaking,
Yeah.
have been since giving birth.
Yeah.
You know?
So big ups to Shelly. Thank you so much, Queen, for all you have done. You know what I mean? Of course, you know, Ashoka Road was recently renamed Shelly and Fraser Price.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And so we're so proud of her and we're proud of all that she has accomplished for Jamaica Land We
Absolutely.
Love, for women all across the world, and of course, for her hometown, you know? So Shelly, we love you. We appreciate you.
Imagine
Thank
Shelly
you.
coming back and be just saying, all right, I'm going to be a coach now. I'm
Wow.
gonna coach. Imagine you
Would I
having
got a
Shelly.
class there?
Hey.
But I got to race them, but the training
Yeah.
and our body look, would I go. I'd go.
I would.
I would train with Shelly.
would.
I don't know. Probably I'm gonna vomit one day, but I'm gonna go.
No, man, I would.
Nonetheless, you know.
Definitely. Imagine me. If me I run the 100 in a 20 second,
And you know what I mean? Yeah. Blink of an eye. But I'm happy for Oblique Seville. And of course, big ups to Coach Glenn Mills. Big ups to Stephen
Glenn
Francis.
Mills
You know,
done
the
it
coaches.
again.
Yeah,
Glenn Mills, Oblique,
Usain.
Usain, Beast,
Johan.
Blake,
Blake, yeah.
and one more. Him have one more.
Is over there Kishane train too? I'm not quite sure, but listen.
One more.
Big up to
Yeah.
Kishane Thompson also. Listen to me. I know you would have wanted the first place. I
No, man,
understand.
but I'm sure him feel good.
You're still up on the medal podium.
Yeah, man.
You still copped that silver, and we are very, very proud of you. Because as long as you come before that guy, that is all that matters. I don't miss this. I don't care.
It's the truth. It's the
I
truth.
don't respect.
You know I lie?
Yeah.
The truth. You know I lie? That's the truth.
Well, you know what's the truth too?
Yeah.
And this is not a lie.
No, it's not a lie.
It's Renee's birthday. Renee
Yes.
Joseph Hewitt, our own makeup artist here at Broadcast House. The beautiful Renee celebrates her special day today. So we're sending her lots of love on her special day. Recently married, and I gotta tell you,
she glowing, you know, she glowing.
Got it going on
Yeah.
as a wife type. Good morning to you, Renee. May
Morning,
God continue
Ray.
to bless you and keep you, and may you live to see many, many more. Also sending happy birthday to our sunriser, Christopher Dawes. Yes, thank you for always rising with us, and we just want to say big ups to you wherever you
Morning,
are.
Chris.
Also, there is a special person that watches us from Canada, from Toronto. His name is Harris Hanniford. Good morning.
Hannaford?
Yes.
Harris Hannaford, HH.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr.
Morning.
Hanniford. And thank you so very much for tuning in
I
to
guess
Sunrise.
it's getting chilly in Toronto.
It's chilly, eh? I gotta tell you.
I know, it's getting chilly.
Chilly, eh? I gotta tell
Holy,
you.
it's
Good
getting chilly.
morning to everybody in Brampton. Good morning to everybody in Mississauga, in Montreal, in Vancouver. Have you ever been to Vancouver? I want to go to Vancouver.
Never been to Vancouver.
Yeah, I want to go to Vancouver.
Been to a lot of places
Yeah.
in Canada, but
Manitoba,
No, them far places.
Quebec.
Yes.
Calgary.
No, far. That's too far.
Far and cold. I gotta tell you, me for told you,
Yeah, man.
because Canada cold is a different type of cold, you know.
We got my family in Edmonton,
Yes,
Alberta.
Edmonton. In the street. You sent me something yesterday. Guys, Dennis sent me a meme. Like the girl was saying, if you're to win, how much that is? Like $500,000.
$500 million or something
Yeah.
like that. Something like that. And if you go through the day and you need someone to burst out into song, I'm like, immediately, I know who.
You're a winner, and you're going to give me half the money. So I got to tell you, good morning to all the persons.
Speaking of bursting out into song.
Yeah.
Look here, we're going to go to the mixtape. Whether you're still in bed or you're already up and on the go, we've got just what you need. We're going to burst into song. Not sure what kind of song, but we got our early morning mixtape right for you. Run that track.
Lovely.
Rising Sun.
Rob
Rising Sun.
Sunrise wake me up this morning, and I can hear Mama Africa calling. Alright, I tell you me alright, yeah. I got to give the most high praise. Promise to lick them on both eyes raise. Oh, it's my day to do anything I want to. It's my time, and I'll use it any way I want to. It's my life, and I'm responsible for every action. It's all mine, my day, my time, my life. I beg you, easy now, give me some reason now, and don't invade my space. I'm in a different place, different phase.
Don't waste your time with thoughts of giving up. It's all in your mind. Let it go, let it go. I'm here to remind you.
Building trust for generations. Celebrating 55 years.
The time by Sagicor is
6:15.
Crunch your craving with the value menu from KFC. With combos starting at just $620. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Every day starts with care. Care that's always close. Supermed Family of Pharmacies is where you go for everything you need. From your morning routine to life's biggest moments. Supermed Family of Pharmacies is always by your side. Whether it's prescriptions or household essentials, trust the care that's close to home. Super happy, super healthy, Supermed.
Welcome to our place, where your imagination can blossom into something amazing.
Where you can get tertiary level education at a practical level.
Where you can be as creative as you dare.
Harnessing cutting-edge technology.
To create world-class entrepreneurs and critical thinkers.
Where even lecturers gain benefits from our experience.
Your place is the Vocational Training Development Institute, where tertiary level education and training is empowering and transforming lives.
You belong here!
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's a live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central. Where it all begins. The quest to become great. Inspired by those who went before them, these four boys dream of playing in the ISSA schoolboy football competitions.
Will you score this for Casey? Will you score? It's a shot! It's a goal!
And it's a shot, and it's a goal! And KC has won the Manning Cup, and they will play Clarendon College in the Olivia Shield. That's what you love to see. They may be rivals, but the camaraderie is what it's all about. Can't wait for the final.
When the bus them man, I want to watch my son play finals on CVM, you know.
But mums, you can't watch it on CVM website, man.
Greatness begins here.
Into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orvin Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Bum ba dum. Hey, now. This is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there, and tell you how I became the prince of a town called Teeks. Walk on.
Wait, what?
TK? Is it care? Oh, TK?
What's going on?
How are you?
I'm like, where's this going? Where's this going? And then it just stopped. Good morning.
How are you?
Happy Monday to you.
Happy Monday to you.
You're looking snazzy though
We're
in the morning
matching.
here.
I love that dress.
Thank you. Fabulous trends.
Yeah.
Fabulous trends. Thank you so much.
Is that rose? Is that wine red?
No, wine red. I think this is wine red.
It looks
I
nice.
think so.
Me don't call it burgundy.
And Christmas is fast approaching.
No,
so
don't do that.
I do like it.
No, don't do that. Not yet.
You don't see the Christmas
Not
decorations
yet.
out in Price Mart, miss?
No.
Yes, miss. In the Portmore
Christmas
and
tree.
in the Red
No, man.
on the Red
And Red Hills
not
Road.
yet. We're not there yet,
Hi,
people.
Howie. Good morning, Howard.
Hold on,
Price Mart Portmore. Hi, Tafari. Price Mart Portmore.
I was singing a Christmas carol last week, was it? And TK shut me down.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Right away.
Well,
It's
right
too early for that. It's not Christmas
well,
yet.
right now, one of AA's favorite songs, Jingle Bells, Jingle Bells, Jingle all the way.
Stop it.
Oh, what fun is the ride? I want her to up and say, hey. And when you say the hey, she'll laugh.
Yeah.
Hey, stop here. Hey. You know, with children, you have to repeat.
Yeah, I'm repeat again.
Again. Yeah, you know, say, God,
Me finish though.
Father God,
No.
you better tell God. You said, Father God. Again. I will say, I'm tired.
I'm tired.
And then she says, sad. Sad. Like, okay,
That's
jingle bells. You have to start. Yeah, so jingle bells.
Which is right.
Jingle bells. Christmas.
No. We're not just celebrate
TK,
New
don't
Year's,
resist
man.
it.
We
Don't
just
resist
celebrate.
it.
I don't remember New Year's
Embrace
Day.
it, TK. Start by the present
Well,
from
no.
now. We'll start
man.
look curtain from now. We'll start look comforter from
No,
now.
not
Look
yet.
here.
Okay, TK.
Hold on, no. If you don't pick out those pajamas, you know,
You can't
By
get
next
none.
week, them finish, you know.
True.
Absolutely.
The matching pajamas.
Absolutely.
You guys doing matching pajamas?
Absolutely.
Yes, TK.
Absolutely.
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 We're
Which is
Christmas
right.
people.
I'm
I
going
know.
on to Christmas Place, and yeah.
I love Christmas. Like, I'm a Christmas baby. Like, I remember in COVID when everything was shut down and I drove, I don't remember, I think we were coming from work that night, and Dennis, this when I drove through halfway tree and saw just the ghost town, I literally cried. Grand Market are my thing. If I even just walk up and down or just even sit on the car and just watch and see what's going on. Love it. I cried. Yeah, cried.
Yeah,
but
man.
I'm looking forward to this year, 2025.
It's going to be
Come
big.
alive.
And
Well,
the thing is that this year, AA have since excited about
Through?
it. Yeah. Yeah,
love
man.
it. I love it for me.
I know you got on idiot.
I know, proper.
Do you think it was idiot last year? No, that was warm up.
Glad it's not without the pips.
Well, until then, you see?
Yes.
Until November, when we start really getting into the Christmas spirit. Since September now, we're going to go into the headlines. First up, 14 imitation firearms seized in St. Mary. A businessman and a woman were taken into custody on Saturday following the seizure of 14 imitation firearms during a police operation in White River, St. Mary. Police say the arrests are connected to an ongoing multi-million-dollar fraud investigation, with the suspects expected to face charges under the Firearms Prohibition Restriction and Regulation Act, as well as the Proceeds of Crime Act. Superintendent of Police Victor Barrett of the CTOC underscored the importance of the seizures, noting that imitation firearms are often used to intimidate citizens and commit crimes, urging citizens to remain vigilant and continue to support the police in disrupting criminal activities.
Good job.
A very important matter. I'm not going to comment on this particular one, but just to support what Victor Barrett is saying, because people might say, but it's not a real
fake.
gun.
No, you can't. Under the law, you can't be charged.
Under the law, a fake gun is treated just
As
like
a real
a
firearm.
real gun.
Because how am I going to know it's fake?
Exactly.
I don't know.
In the dark of night, when you point
I don't know.
a fake gun at someone's face, they're not going to say, hey, is this real? No.
It has
And
the
in law
same
too.
effect as a real gun.
Exactly.
We have a line of cases that support support that as well. So persons have to be very careful. You just ought not to have it, especially those Look, no, how am I to decipher or differentiate whether that's fake or not?
Oh, but no, I'm in a paintball business. Even if you're in a paintball business or you were in a paintball business, you have to have
license
for
you have
it.
to, or carry it in a particular way.
Yes,
yeah.
you do have to. You can't just have
there
it in
are
a certain way.
guidelines.
So even that you can be prosecuted for how you have them.
So, for example, Dennis, you may have a firearm license, but that legal firearm can become illegal depending on how you use it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So there are still responsibilities you have, even though you may have a license. So we can't take that for granted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even in the creative industries, if you're going to, those movie props,
sets,
which look real, they're supposed to look real. Even airsoft guns, which are for a particular purpose. If you're going to bring them in the country, you have to bring them in under certain regulations.
Which makes sense.
There are laws and there are regulations for these things. And so, I'm not familiar with the intricacies of this particular case, but a word to the wise should be sufficient. All other persons who may have these things apply for a license, apply for a permit to have them and have them in the way that you're supposed to have them as dictated by the law.
Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. Well, next up, teens' death sparks fresh focus on mental health. September is recognized as Suicide Prevention Month, and Jamaicans are being urged to make use of the mental health services in the public health system to reduce the risk of suicides. This comes only a few days after the suspected suicide of 13-year-old Twain Skiles, student at Hopewell High School. Police say investigations continue into reports that the teenager had been bullied by a student from another school, with the Ministry of Education also signaling that it will review anti-bullying measures in schools across the parish. Meanwhile, the CPFSA is reminding the public that cases of bullying, abuse, or child endangerment can be reported at any time by calling 211 or by reaching the agency through WhatsApp, email, or social media.
Absolutely. And it's such a sad case. And, you know, we send condolences to the family of twin Skyers, right? And it's a sad situation all around, right? And it just also reminds us that if your child is the bully, you have to intercept that and deal with that, because your child should not be the purveyor of causing sadness or discomfort to anyone. And if you are a parent who your child comes home and says, "Mommy, this is happening to me at school, so-and-so said so-and-so or did so-and-so," go. Don't just ignore it. Don't just overlook it. Because I've come to realize that some of our children, Dennis, they don't necessarily have our grit or our...
No, not
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least not yet.
Yeah.
And sometimes too, they're not at the age yet where they have developed that kind of grit too. So as a parent, you have to intercede on your child's behalf. But they're not
always going to come home and say something. It might be that you just notice that they don't want to go anymore.
Yeah.
Or, you know, all of a sudden there's an activity that they used to love that they don't want to do anymore. So you need to know your child.
True.
Like, you need to know what's going on, why you don't want to go to PE anymore. What's going on?
Why you look so?
Why you used to love track and field, we used to love football, why you don't want to go anymore? What's going on? Nothing. And then you go and investigate, you find out that they're being bullied.
Yeah.
And bully might not be teased, you know.
Bully can also be taking away lunch money. I remember there was a young lady with whom I'm familiar. She noticed that her son was losing weight. And whenever she would go pick him up from school, he would be famished, like, "Mommy, I'm hungry, want food." And she's like, "But I give you lunch money." Because he was being bullied, he didn't say anything. But you notice the weight loss, and then in the evenings, she'd be very famished. When you hear upon the shout, boy, I take away him lunch money at school, and because he's bright, you know, he's being badgered because he's bright, and they're taking his lunch money. I said, "You want me to follow you down there?" Because she's a soft mother too. I said, yeah, cause like she afraid too. So me say, if you
we can't go down there.
Me can go down there. Just give me a letter. Come here as the auntie. I will go for you. Cause take it, me not run a joke still, you know. Me not, he's a serious mother, me know. You understand? You're stealing, you're taking my child's lunch money when she pressed. Yes, Mommy, you know, so-and-so has been taking my lunch money from me every day. And you're depriving my child of his food. Make him can't learn. So the grade started to drop. His weight started to drop.
Yeah. But you mentioned the grade. Sometimes it's not the way. Sometimes it's just the grade, because guess what? You're bright. You're brighter than everybody else. Them start bullying you for being bright, so you start holding back yourself.
Yes, so you don't get bullied.
Like you start holding back. You start
answer the questions anymore.
You pretend like you don't know it, and then all of a sudden you're like, "What's going on with my child? This is not my child." No, you pick me.
Yeah.
It's a Ja Rule song. I cry, you cry, we cry together. My anthem.
We all gonna cry.
Every one of us. It's gonna be a balling session. Remember, I told you. Yeah, man. It's a lot. Yeah, man. All of we. All of we. I'll TV one that can say, we do all away. Rachel, yeah, man. All of us. If you know your child is bullying people at school, do something about it. And as Dennis rightfully said, they may not come and verbalize it, but be so in tune with your child to notice any little off thing and intercede. Get on top of it. Don't allow it to spread. I cry, you cry, we cry together. Yeah. And that's all I say about that. I'm me to tell you, in my Ashanti, you know.
That sounds like an Ashanti. It sounds sad like an Ashanti.
No more crying until I come back for the news at 7 a.m.
That is it. Baby. Oh, baby. Thank you, TK. Oh, baby. Murder, Inc.
Oh, baby. If she didn't say, oh, baby, it's not a Ashanti song.
Murder, Inc. Yeah. Herb got it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so after we come back, it's all about life lessons from our very own prophet professor, Sir Carlton, in Money Masterclass, brought to you by
Guardian Life.
That's right, and Carlton has a very special class today, so you don't want to miss it at all.
That's right.
It's Sunrise right here on CVM. Ooh.
householders. Access the Heart NSTA Trust Skills Registry today to employ trained and certified skilled professionals. The time by Heart is
6:30. Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Welcome to High School Pitchside. Hear from your alma mater's players and coaches in Team Talk.
You know we can't leave you out, so send us your messages on social media and watch us react on FanView.
Trust me, you won't fall asleep in this history class.
We've got you covered
all season long
on High School Pitchside.
High School Pitchside, your ultimate guide to all things schoolboy football, Fridays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
Should critical illness strike, don't let worry fill your head. Say hello to happiness and goodbye to worry with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan. Secure your medical expenses in the event of critical illness ahead of time, while benefiting from our investment portfolio and so much more. Give yourself and your family the peace of mind you deserve with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan today. And live secure, live easy.
Yeah. Life. Celebrate life. One more year pandemic. Celebrate life. One more year pandemic. Yeah. Happy birthday, yeah, my friend. Yeah. One more year pandemic. Yeah. Go on a vibe. Give thanks for life. Next year we doing it again. Yeah. Happy birthday, yeah, my friend.
Hey. One more year pandemic. Yo. Give thanks for life. Oh my God.
Quick party.
Yeah, quick party. Just a party. Carlton in the building. You understand?
It's a big
what
man.
Carlton so you see that out there? That's called the Carlton Farnsworth Bensworth. You know what I'm saying? Carlton has like this Porsche outside.
Park up hotel have extra waves today.
Oh my God.
All in beard of waves. Hey.
Oh, the pomade.
Yeah.
The pomade. Happy birthday, Sir Carlton.
How was it?
Thank you,
How was
Miss
it?
Thank you, Dennis.
But people don't believe that you're 40. Like, you look like you're 35. How did you get to 40?
That is a blessing, you know?
Absolutely.
Hallelujah.
The grace of God. But I'm sure you got our greeting.
Yes, and I was so shocked but I was so overwhelmed with emotions and gratitude, hearing the words, outpouring. Dennis, your greeting was so touching. Miss Kitty, you have me a laugh. You guys are characters, but I loved the message. Thank you so very much.
Can you add clean and good? I'm never going to for your birthday stuff if you never clean.
We're not going to just pass.
I'm not do message from people when dirty and if something like message.
But thank you so very much.
You're absolutely, like, Carlton, like, I admire you, how you father, how you husband, how you man up. Like you, Dennis, Nita, and there's a lot of the Sunrise men. You know what I mean? Like my husband, like if girls get to know. For us, I just want to take out and look at DNA.
I'm going to school.
School, right?
A man masterclass.
Because Carlton, I'm telling you, especially from a female perspective, A lot of men are not manning, they're not manning at all. And when I see a young man like yourself, how you're a go-getter, how you're so ambitious, how you're inspirational, it really augurs well for our young men to follow. Because Dennis, our young men need men like you to look up to. So I like when you guys are on TV, because a young man in his house can say, you know what, I want to be like Uncle Dennis, I want to be like Uncle Carlton. Yeah, man, I like how them carry themselves, them bright, them ambitious, them do things, and they're doing it legally. Because a lot of times, what is held up before them are those that are immersed in the illegal, illicit world. And they think that's the only way to survive and strive.
Absolutely.
But when Uno say Uno, that's a new paradigm.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I can aspire to be that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, like, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much. Thank you.
But glad AA have good, clean uncle. But I love it for her. Love it for her. Especially rich uncles. I love it. That part. I love it. I like it. I like it.
But to all other persons, I saw Shanna, I saw the entire, I saw Group 1 with everybody, I saw Yendi, I saw IT. Thank you guys so very much.
We love you, Carlton.
I'm a big man right now.
Yeah.
He's a big man.
Grown
Definitely
man.
mistake with a big man right now. So, call me sir in the comments, Mr. Carlton.
Sir Carlton.
So this morning we want to look at some life lessons by 4.0. Yes, some life lessons. But I want to start this morning because learning lessons over your life over the last maybe 2 or 3 or 4 decades, you obviously would have made some mistakes financially. Because to get where you want to go, you learn lessons along the way. So I want to share one of my personal financial mistakes in my early days. I don't know if you guys have any that you'd want to share. But I remember when I just started out, my biggest mistake, I know Miss Kitty, because she said, Carlton, I hate credit cards. But it was in my 20s, maybe 21 years old there, where I was treating credit card like it was free money at that time. Because nobody took the time to say, here what? This is how you should be handling your credit card. When you make a transaction on the card, you should aim to repay all of the balance by the end of the month. And when I got the credit card statement, you were seeing you have the balance owing, we have the minimum balance owing. And you must pay the minimum amount. I'm like, but I owe $50,000. Why am I asked to pay only $1,000? But over time, Dennis, I'm like, hold on. Something is not going in the right direction. And I had to nip it in the bud. If it is that somebody taught me that, I would have been much farther in my early 20s. But let's jump into it. Things we should all learn when we were a little younger. And I want to get through that. Number one, we should all be exposed to the stock market when we were in our 20s, for example, or maybe in our early 30s. Because if it is that if our parents, for example, bought a stock when we were 2 and 5 and 10 and put that down until we were 40 years old, imagine we'd be all out here a bed, literally, right now. So introduction to the stock market when you are younger is always prime, it's always good. Number 2 is to learn the difference between investing versus savings. So a lot of us in Jamaica, we're exposed to saving. We're encouraged to save. But we aren't taught the difference between saving versus investing. And the sooner we know about the benefit of investing, we are well on our way towards prosperity. Number 3 is taking risks. I know that there are people who sometimes don't like to take risks, but take the risks when you are younger. And number 4 is to explore our entrepreneurial side. So I know that we have all been schooled, got to school, get your education, to get a job. And a lot of us, if we were at 20, where we could take the risk and also our parents to help we out to pay some bills, would have been much further. Imagine if somebody at 19, so Carlton, after you finish your first degree, for example, start a business, or while going to university, start this business. Me think me that. Besides Elon Musk, you know.
To this day, me just not stay so.
And I was about to say, not everybody stays so as well as Dennis. We can say that now because the world has changed as we know it. 20 years ago, a lot of businesses that are thriving now would not have done so because the things were not the same. So the internet is not like how it is now, Dennis. You know what I mean? So if I have an internet business right now, like where a lot of people didn't know about YouTube. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that is a mistake because you did the best with what we had at the time. We never had Instagram at the time. We have High Five on MySpace. You know what I mean? That kind of vibe. So sometimes I look at it because I also beat up myself like, Lord of mercy, you know, why I never start something earlier? I could have started something, but I said, but then, I mean, it's not like how it was now.
No.
The paradigm has shifted.
True.
And a lot of things that are now open and accessible. For example, you couldn't just get goods from China just so.
Just so. No.
You know, like
much
who's
more.
gonna...
Yeah.
Globalization is at a different place.
Right now.
So
but one thing, because it's a part of how it is that we're going to change the paradigm as well, because we all have younger children who we don't just steer them in one direction, introduce it from early, to see how best it is. Because maybe if it is that we were directed in a particular way, being 35, being 40, our minds would maybe a little bit open. So while we're doing the book work, I was doing the job, I was doing very good at it, maybe on the side something will happen from an entrepreneurial side. So the lessons that we should have learned when we were much younger, I want us, as we learn them, we pass them on as well to our children, to our nieces, to our nephews. But our top financial goals by returning big people. There are some things that you need to achieve or try to achieve or is working towards as you get older. Number one is to make sure that you have emergency savings. And that is, I'd have to get into that in detail. Because at this point in time, we're all wives or husbands, we have children that we have to take care of. And you have to just ensure any card can play, as Jamaicans would normally say it. So you have to be prepared for any card that will be played. But number two is the owner of real estate. And I'm not saying to buy a house to live in. Because I don't want the people to jump at me and say, Carlton, renting is better, buying is better. I'm not going down that argument this morning. But it's to own real estate. By the time you reach age 40, you should be owning at least a piece of real estate or in the process of or working towards that. And for obvious reasons, real estate is one of the only investment that generally will appreciate over time. Or it will appreciate the most out of all of the other investments. So you want to ensure by this
imagine if you have like a piece of land out of St. Thomas from 10 years ago.
Imagine if you owned that 10 years ago. What's happening in St. Thomas now, Dennis? We would be
St. Thomas a click.
We would be clicking right now. Exactly. So ensure that you're doing that. So look for places that much is not happening now. Maybe St. Maryland, maybe a little bit cheap now because there's no highway down there as yet. Or you want to go far out, but get the real estate as best as you possibly can. Number three, you want to reduce or to pay off consumer debt. As you get older, you want to focus on those meaningful debt, like your real estate, your mortgage. You don't want a loan when you take out for go travel. You don't want that at this age and stage. You want to be paying off your student loan by this time. You want to have credit card debt completely cleared by this time because you're setting yourself now towards the next 25 years. Number five, you want to make sure insurance. For obvious reasons, we're getting older, you want to have insurance
and I would advise that you get insurance young because you're not at risk for diabetes yet, hypertension yet, your premiums are lower. So I would advise every young person, go and get your insurance right now. Because the older you get, the more expensive the premium. And then they're going to tell us, say, you weigh how much this, I have this and that.
And medical again and all kinds of this.
And 20 medical you have to do and
exactly, so get it. And my last thing is that at this age and stage, you want to increase your earning potential. In your 40s is when you generally earn the most in your entire life. Studies have shown that. So during this time period, you want to ensure that you know your worth. So if you're offering a service in Skitty, nobody can come tell you, no, you know worth this. Because you have 4 decades of experience, 2 decades. Then you can't go out there now and people want to use your voice. It's so nice on the radio. And you give them your price. And they must say, why Dennis? No. At this age and stage, you know your worth. You've invested in yourself. Zoom in from the Skitty, please. Zoom from the Skitty. At the end of the stage, you know your worth. And you ensure that your earning potential is at its maximum now because you put in the work.
Absolutely.
At this age and stage of your life. So that's all the points I have this morning because I hear them in my ears. Carlton, wrap it up. Wrap. But thank you so very much, guys. It's Carlton G2 on all platforms. And thanks everybody for the birthday wishes. It was well appreciated.
Thank you so much, Carlton. God bless you. And bless your nice, clean wife, too.
Yeah.
Love her. Love her.
Absolutely.
And your beautiful babies. Love them.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, so that's Carlton G. Stew. The big man for you. 4-0 and still looking hot. Not lie. Money Masterclass brought to you by
Guardian Life.
That's right. And up next, we're serving up a plate of opportunities with the Ministry of Education's school feeding program. Sunrise. Some Nutribona milk, the body no man. Nutribona milk. You see that bulla there? But with pear, you know. Guys, tell about it when we come back. Right here on Sunrise.
Critical illness strike? Don't let worry fill your head. Say hello to happiness and goodbye to worry with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan. Secure your medical expenses in the event of critical illness ahead of time while benefiting from our investment portfolio and so much more. Give yourself and your family the peace of mind you deserve with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan today. And live secure, live easy.
Millions of people are attacked by harmful mouth bacteria. The root cause of bad breath, gum problems, cavities, plaque, and tartar. That's why Colgate combined the best science and technology in Colgate Total. Unlike others, its superior formula fights bacteria and creates a powerful protective barrier for up to 24 hours to prevent them from coming back. Take control of your oral health with Colgate Total.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Hey everybody, I'm Yendi, and this is Odyssey with Yendi. In this space, we connect with some of your favorite people as they share their journeys. Here we have some unfiltered conversations as we deep dive into their inspirations, motivations, and experiences to inspire our own life journey.
Odyssey with Yendi, brought to you by Grace, Singer, and IslandNet Services.
On this September 15, right here on Sunrise. Welcome back to all of you. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us. We're here from 6 o'clock and you need to be here as well. We go until 8, so wherever you are in the world, we've got you covered. I know you're getting ready, getting the kids ready to go to school because it's back to school in full throttle right now. And guess what? We want you to know that breakfast is very important. It's the first meal of the day, and you know what they say, picnic can't learn for a hungry belly. And it is so important that not only we provide them with breakfast, but we provide them with a nutritious breakfast. So this morning, breakfast is served courtesy of the Ministry of Education's School Feeding Program, a daily lifeline for thousands of students across Jamaica. We're joined by Dilette Hope Webb, Director of the School Feeding Program, to discuss the strategy behind the initiative. Then we're going to head on over to the kitchen with Chef David Tuller and School Feeding Officer Annalie Mullings, along with Uncle Dennis from Region 3, as they prepare a classic school breakfast and show us how these meals are transforming students' health and performance across the island. Good morning, Miss. How are you?
I am good, thank you. Good morning, Miss Kitty.
Lovely. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank
and when you talk about breakfast, when it comes to school thing, before school call, children need to be fed. Talk to me a little bit about the school feeding program and who qualifies, which school qualifies for this.
Okay, so the school feeding program here in Jamaica is aimed to provide nutritious meals to our students.
Yes.
To ensure that when students come to school that they have least have a breakfast.
Yeah.
Because we know that if students are not fed, if they are hungry, that they cannot learn.
Absolutely.
And therefore, the first meal of the morning, which is breakfast, is critical to their development.
So
it will allow them to focus.
Yes.
It will allow them to be ready to learn.
Yes.
You know, because hungry children can't learn.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And when their brains are not working, then we're in a spot of bother.
Definitely.
So talk to me, is it the school feeding program provides breakfast for every child? And if not, how does a child qualify? Like, for example, do I go to my principal? Do I go to my guidance counselor to let them know that I'm in need of breakfast? How does it work?
Okay. So currently, we provide breakfast for students at the infant and the primary level through NPL support.
Okay. The same Nutribon milk people.
Yes.
Yes.
Through NPL
Good morning,
support.
NPL. Yes.
Yes. But if students are hungry, what we do is to ensure, the school ensure that they are fed.
Yeah.
And the philosophy of the ministry is that no child should be left behind.
Exactly.
And therefore, while we do not provide a breakfast program for all our students at this time at the secondary level, we have identified 245 schools that are in need of support. And for this school year, the ministry have decided that we will reach out to these schools and that we'll provide breakfast for all our students.
Yes.
So starting this month, the schools have opted, those schools that have opted for the on-site breakfast program, meaning that these schools will actually provide the breakfast for the students, they will be providing, and for those schools who opted for NPL support, which is Nutrition Products Limited, those schools will be provided with breakfast from NPL.
Lovely.
So this is a new initiative that we have taken on this year.
I can listen, I'm listening to a principal right now probably saying, but Miss Kitty, my school is in need. Or a guidance counselor saying, oh, but Miss Kitty, my school is in need. How does a school go about applying to the Ministry of Education so that they can also be rostered on the school feeding program?
All right, so they can reach out to us. They can actually reach out to their regional offices. The regional offices will make contact with us, and we will see how best we can reach those schools. But currently, as I said, we are focusing on the infant and the primary school. All those schools are provided for through Nutrition Products Limited. Those students that we are targeting through NPL are the students that are on the PATH program. I don't know if you heard about the PATH program.
Most definitely. I'm very aware.
So it's the program of advancement through health and education. And these are the low-income earners.
Right.
You know, these students are actually targeted in a way that once their parent or guardian is a part of the PATH program to the Ministry of Health, to the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, the child automatically becomes a beneficiary.
Nice.
Isn't that wonderful?
Absolutely amazing. And Uncle Dennis is in the kitchen right now with the chef. And one of the things I want Uncle Dennis to ask is about the nutritional value, because yes, it's all well and good to provide the breakfast, but I want to know if Nakalalo are served too, or any cabbage are served too, because it is important that nutrition is at the front and foremost. You know what I mean? One of those components that are very important. Uncle Dennis, over to you, sir.
All right, thank you very much. I'm in the kitchen, as you said, with Chef David Tuller and Annalie Mullings. And of course, we are getting down, and it's an excellent spread. Good morning to you once again. All right, so David, tell us first of all what you have in the kitchen. What kind of a breakfast are you preparing this morning?
Well, breakfast I'm preparing is it's an omelet.
Okay, you're doing an omelet. That's a quick and easy one. What kind of an omelet are you exploring today? Because you have a whole heap of ingredients.
Yes, it's full of nutrition. You know, lots of vegetables. You know, protein. You know, fiber also.
Right.
Different excess of a lot of nutrition meals.
Right. So when you're designing a meal for the students at Fern Court High, what kind of nutritional considerations are you taking into consideration?
Well, we do a lot in terms of vegetables. It's a very important part. Also, we kind of mix. We have a balance. Based on that, we do have a balance where we have cabbage, because the kids, most of them really don't really used to it. So what we do, get them to familiarize with the stuffs that we have and vegetables, and with, as you see, we have some
protein right there,
right, to have
and different things that they eat. All right, Chef, I'm going to ask you to get started so that we can have our presentation. Annalie, let's talk a little bit about this training program that I'm hearing about. You're in charge of Region 3, which covers St. Anne and Trelawney. Across St. Anne and Trelawney, many schools to have superintendents over, but how are you ensuring that the chefs that are being deployed are providing exactly what the children need?
Okay, so recently we would have embarked on a training program in collaboration with the Heart NSTA Trust. Okay. And in Region 3 alone, we would have trained 33 cooks. And the feedback from the cooks have been positive so far, as they would have expressed that they have learned quite a few things where nutrition is concerned, food safety, and just the overall meal preparation and procedures. And so we can now ensure or be assured that the students in Region 3 are going to be served meals that are of high quality.
You know, like maybe as a parent and you become overwhelmed, some of the times you just cook what you have.
Yes.
You don't have I remember my mother was always big on planning for the week. So you know from beforehand what's going to be prepared for the entire week. But some of the times parents are not doing that these days. But from your perspective, how are you, or walk us through how a range of school meals would be planned for like a period of time in Region 3?
Okay, so usually the cooks would establish that menu. And we have to ensure that it is balanced, because that is what we encourage our school administrators to do.
Right.
So a balanced meal would have to comprise protein, healthy fats, fruits, and vegetables.
Right.
So once the meals has those in it, then they're ready to serve for our students.
Ah, I see. So, and do you take into consideration, you know, different dietary requirements or preferences? So for instance, the Seventh-day Adventist Church is popular in those parishes. You may have students who might not eat particular things, or you might have Rastafarians who might not eat particular things. You have an array of options for them?
Yes, alternatives are usually available at schools. So once the child notifies their principal that they do not eat certain things, then they would make the necessary adjustments for them.
And that requires communication.
Indeed.
Parents can't leave it to the school to figure these things out. How important is that communication between yourself and the schools and the principals and the parents, etc., to ensure that the child on a given morning gets the meal that they need?
Well, it all depends on the parents' communication style, but we do encourage parents to reach out to their principal should their child have any sort of dietary restrictions, because that's the only way we're going to know that we should serve alternatives to these children.
Right. What would you say to that parent who is home a little bit frustrated about their child maybe not taking to the nutritional foods that they need? How would you maybe give them some advice?
Well, they can take their time to introduce new foods to them in increments, and perhaps over time they'll catch on to it and know that, yes, this is good for me, so eventually they'll eat.
And finally, in relation to the persons who maybe, you might have teachers, you may have administrators who are interested in working with you in terms at the regional level, at the policy level. How might they get more involved in terms of meal planning?
Okay, so well, they can reach out to us should they be in need of any sort of extra help where meal preparation is concerned. And we also issue bulletins in this regard very often, so they can always make reference to those bulletins as well.
Okay, awesome. Well, definitely looking forward to what this breakfast is going to look like.
Yes.
We're up on the break for news, at least, so TK is standing by. So I'm looking forward to the final product. We will share that with you both online and, of course, when we return from the break. My guests have been Dilette Hope Webb. We've been speaking with David Tuller and, of course, Anna Lee Mullings. And we are talking school feeding, school nutrition. Guess what? TK is on standby with your morning news. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Morning News. I'm TK Dawkins. The Jamaica Constabulary Force, in its continued pursuit of organized crime groups on Saturday, arrested a businessman and a female suspected to be an accomplice following the seizure of 13 imitation rifles and an imitation pistol in White River, St. Mary. The suspects are facing charges of breaching the Firearms Prohibition, Restriction and Regulation Act and the Proceeds of Crime Act. CTOC personnel and members of the Specialized Operations Branch were on operation between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. when a premises was searched and the imitation firearms seized. The police say the identities of the individuals in custody are being withheld pending further investigations. The arrests are linked to an ongoing multi-million-dollar fraud investigation led by detectives from the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigations Branch, CTOC. Acting Senior Superintendent Victor Barrett of CTOC, while noting the significance of the arrests, also stresses the role of community partnership in the fight against crime. He's encouraging citizens all over to remain vigilant and to continue supporting the police in disrupting criminal activities. To report criminal activities, call CTOC at 876-967-1389, the National Intelligence Bureau at 811, Crime Stop at 311, the Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. In this update, Culture Minister and St. Catharines Central Member of Parliament Olivia Grange is demanding the opposition People's National Party, the PNP, declares what action it will take in relation to Spanish Town Mayor Norman Scott. Scott has been slapped with criminal charges following an election day altercation between a female JLP worker in St. Elizabeth. More from Nika Lewis.
Condemnation for the Spanish Town mayor continues. This time, the Jamaica Labour Party's latest punch came from MP-elect in St. Catharines Central, Olivia Babsy Grange, demanding the PNP states its position on the matter now that Scott's been criminally charged. Grange, who's also the country's gender affairs minister, insists there's no excuse for abuse, while lauding the efforts to secure justice for the female said to be a JLP worker. She also shared that since the charges against the mayor, threats have been made against the woman's life.
Violence in any shape or form is to be condemned. There's no excuse for abuse. It is good that moves have been made to hold the perpetrator accountable. The representative of Jamaica Labour Party, who was reportedly attacked, has the full support of our party, the full support of the women of the party. I have spoken to her, and she is concerned for her safety. Her family is concerned. And this follows word of a threat on her life. We are monitoring the issue closely and are confident that the law will be allowed to take its course.
According to police reports Friday, Scott, a vice president of the PNP, has been formally charged with assault occasioning bodily harm and malicious destruction of property. The incident reportedly occurred in St. Elizabeth, Southeastern, where Scott serves as the PNP's caretaker candidate. Minister Grange notes the impact of the charges and the message to society that those in authority are not above the law and must be held accountable, especially where there is abuse.
It is an important development in Jamaica when the signal is again sent that individuals in authority will not escape sanctions for acts of violence against our nation's women. There is no excuse for abuse.
Ms. Grange insists the PNP's leadership should immediately indicate publicly what action it intends to take against Scott, who is now facing 2 criminal charges in relation to an attack on a Jamaican woman who was serving her party and country. Nika Lewis, CVM News.
CVM News made several calls to the PNP's communication arm last evening to secure a comment in relation to the development, but all calls went unanswered up to news time. In sports, Oblique Seville became the first Jamaican men's 100 meters world champion in 10 years after sprinting to a personal best of 9.77 seconds to lead home a Jamaican 1-2 at the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo, Japan on Sunday. It was the first global championship medal for Seville, with Kishane Thompson adding silver to his Olympic runner-up medal in 9.82. Usain Bolt was the last Jamaican man to win the World 100 meters title in Beijing, China in 2015. American Olympic champion Noah Lyles took the bronze. Meanwhile, 21-year-old Tina Clayton almost made it a double gold medal for Jamaica in the women's final, but she was beaten by American Melissa Jefferson Wooden. Jefferson Wooden's time of 10.61 seconds was a new championship record, with Clayton crossing the finish line in a personal best of 10.76 seconds. Jamaica's queen of the track and 5-time World 100 meters gold medalist Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price marked her swan song with a 6th place finish. Fraser-Price clocked 11.03 seconds, while Sharika Jackson narrowly missed the podium, finishing 4th in 10.88 seconds. And that's it for morning news. Join us again at noon for more from our news and sports desk. I'm TK Dawkins. Sunrise continues after this.
We want a piece for Jamaica. Yeah. Yo, what are you?
Oh man, none of that. Oh, no, brother, no, man.
You don't see you ever play ref? No big game, no play.
Yeah, but a ball game. No, I said, place when you come from, brother, I want to live good, man. I want to live good, brethren. No shake hand, I can play a little ball, brethren.
Really have to shake hand?
Yeah, man, and no badness, brethren. Just live good, man.
That's it. Come together as one and make the violence done.
Are you ready for something mega? Mega Mart's giving away a brand new 2025 Hyundai Tucson. Second prize, a mega shopping spree. Third prize, 30,000 monthly shopping spree. Okay, break it down for them.
Spend $6,500 or more before GCT. Fill out the entry form on your receipt. Drop it in the box. That's it.
Authorized under Section 15.
Where it all begins. The quest to become great. Inspired by those who went before them, these 4 boys dream of playing in the ISA schoolboy football competitions.
Will you score this for Casey? Will you score? It's a shot, it's a goal!
And it's a shot, and it's a goal! And Casey has won the Manning Cup, and they will play Clarendon College in the Olivia Shield.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire
article.
Yeah. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
We want a piece for Jamaica. Yeah. Yo, what are you?
Oh man, none of that. No, brother, no, man. Mash up that, man.
You see you ever play ref? No big game,
Yeah, but a little bad game. No, I said, place you come from, brother. I want to live good, man. I want to live good, bredgin. No shake hand, I can play a little bad, bredgin.
Really have to shake hand?
Yeah, man, and no badness, bredgin. Just live good, man.
Come together as one and make the violence done.
Protecting Jamaica's borders is a key priority for the Jamaica Customs Agency. The JCA will remain vigilant and resolute in effectively fulfilling this mandate. The time brought to you by the Jamaica Customs Agency is 7:50.
Thank you so very much for staying here with us on Sunrise. Welcome back to all of you. It's 15 minutes after 7 o'clock. And as we saw there, the traffic, I got to tell you, trust and believe, the traffic is already starting to build up. I've been getting calls. I've been sent some photos as well to my phone. And so I'm urging everyone just to keep safe. And please do remember to travel within the ambit of the law. You remember the road rules, okay? No overtaking, no long line of traffic. And I'm also asking the taxi drivers, the taxi operators, the rules of the road also apply to you. Do remember that you have people's lives in your hands. You are the driver. Please do the right thing, do the responsible thing. You can't take every passenger. That's why you have more than one taxi, right? So please wait your turn and stay in the line as well. And please just obey the rules of the road, all right? Thank you so very much. And that just allows us to segue into the Law and Order JA segment for this morning. And today's question comes from one of our Sunrisers, and it reads as follows. I recently got a jury duty summons, but I am worried about missing work and losing income. What happens if I don't go? Am I legally required to attend, even if my employer doesn't give me the time off? To clear things up for us this morning, we're joined by the Director of Client Services, Communications and Information at the Court Administration Division, Kadish Jarrett Fletcher. Good morning, Mrs. Fletcher. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well.
Very well. Jury duties, you know what I mean? The thing that some people fear, but some people look forward to it, actually.
Yes.
So talk to us about, first of all, who is a juror and why are jurors needed?
A juror is a person who the court relies on to listen to the evidence inside the courtroom and then at the end of the trial, based on the instructions of the judge, determine whether or not the person they accused is guilty or innocent.
Very well. And who now is able or who can be called upon to be a juror?
All right. Persons residing in Jamaica, persons between the ages of 18 and 70, who are able to read, write, and speak English, qualify to serve as jurors once their names appear on the voters list and on the TRN list. However, if you are awaiting trial for an indictable offense and if you've been sentenced to prison for more than 6 months, you are not permitted to serve as a juror.
All right, very well. When you say indictable offenses, what does that mean?
Criminal offenses.
Very well,
Right.
ma'am. You know, we have to break it down, so we have to distill for our
Very
viewers.
well.
So, all right, so this person wrote in now, Kadish, to say that they've been summoned to jury duty, but her boss is not going to give her, doesn't want to give her the time off, and she's worried about losing her job and losing income. What would you say to her in this situation?
That is the plight of many persons who are summoned for jury duty. However, what I would want persons to know and to understand is that the legislation protects an employee. The legislation makes provision for you not to lose your pay, not to lose any benefit that is conferred on you by virtue of your employment.
Yes.
If an employee feels this way, and certainly for this person, the matter is to be reported and it can be taken to the Industrial Disputes Tribunal for redress there.
Very well. And in terms of the employee, what should he or she do in terms of, so you're summoned, you can't just not turn up to work, right? You also have a duty and a responsibility. So how should they communicate this to their boss to let them know that, sir or ma'am, this is what was sent to me in the mail. This is my civic duty and responsibility. What do you do? Do I send a letter? Do I show them the summons? What I must do?
There are different things that you can do, but I want to start with the fact that the employee has a duty to advise their employer that they have been summoned. You can show them the summons that you were served. We have had instances where persons have come to the court and indicated that their employers require a letter from the court, and we have provided those letters for them to take to their employers. If that is required, we are saying to persons we are willing to provide you with that letter for you to take to your employer. But just to begin that process, you present the summons to your employer.
Yes, and after presenting same, and the employer says, well, you can get 3 hours, you know, but the case, as we know, sometimes these matters go on for a prolonged period of time, and the juror does not control the length of time for which the matter goes on. How does she navigate that?
Well, the employer is not permitted to say you are summoned for 3, you can only go for 3 hours.
Very well.
When a person is summoned for jury duty, you are summoned for the entire term, which runs in most circuits for about 3 weeks, in some instances 4. Now, the length of time that you stay will depend on the nature of the trial and the duration of that trial. There is a trial that can end in 3 days. There are others that might take 3 weeks.
Yes.
It all depends on the trial that is before the court.
Yes.
So that is what will determine how long that employee will be required to serve. We have a case that's going on from last term, for example, that will resume this term. So those jurors have to come back. And so the employer is not permitted to say that you are only going for 3 hours for the day and so on.
You're serving at His Majesty's pleasure. So
there you go. So you're not permitted. They must come to serve jury duty. And if persons do not come, they can be fined. There's a $10,000 fine.
I was going to ask, so that's the, you see, you're bright. You got it. That was going to be my next question. Before we get to another question, if the person receives a jury summons and don't turn up for jury duty, what are the consequences of that?
There is a $10,000 fine if you do not turn up for jury duty. That is imposed on the individual. But the greater challenge is that your fellow Jamaican citizen would not have had their trial proceed. Because in the absence of a jury, there are some matters that simply, as the law stands, as it is, cannot proceed. We would have heard many things in the press about the Mario Dean matter in St. James, for example. Among the reasons for the delay, the absence of jurors. So outside of that $10,000 fine, there is the greater challenge that it presents for our fellow Jamaicans who are in conflict with the law. And remember, they are not guilty until the jury says so, based on the evidence. So you have to proceed based on that. And so they are languishing before the courts sometimes because we cannot empanel.
The jury pool is so limited.
Right, and persons do not turn up. It's not limited anymore.
Yes.
Because I know that persons think that there's a long list of persons who are exempt. And that's one thing that I want to demystify this morning. Because prior to 2016, the list was a little long. But in 2016, the then minister exercised his power under the legislation, and by ministerial order, he adjusted that list. That means that your minister of religion is no longer exempt from jury duty. Public sector workers no longer exempted. Teachers, medical doctors, they are no longer exempted from jury duty. So the pool is wider.
Yes.
The challenge we are having at the moment is on the side of service and actually getting the people to come to court to serve.
you said that if you don't turn up for jury duty, so if you have absconded or you just abandoned and disregarded the summons, you'll be fined $10,000. What if for those persons who may be ill? They may be like, "What, miss? May have diabetes, or I have certain illnesses, or I'm pregnant. I'm sorry, I can't." How do they communicate this to the court so they don't find themselves on the wrong side of the law?
Those persons who believe that they have medical conditions that would prevent them from serving, and they can communicate that to the court. So you still turn up on the date that is on the summons, you turn up on the date and you speak with the juror clerk. If it is a medical condition, you're going to have to get a medical note from your doctor to present to the court, and the court has to be satisfied that this will in fact prevent you from serving. And if the court is satisfied, then the court will discharge you. But these are going to be rare instances.
Yes.
These are going to be rare. We would have heard the pronouncements of the Chief Justice, because what is happening is the moment persons get the summons, they are ill.
Yes.
The business cannot continue without them. And though there might be instances where that is true.
Yes.
But we believe that this is happening a little too frequently, and maybe there are persons who are taking advantage of the system. But because of the reliance on jurors right now, we are saying to persons, come out and do your civic duty.
What if, say for example, Kadish, there is somebody who wants to apply to be a juror. For whatever reason, their name is not on the voters list, or they have never got a summons, but they're interested. They can, can I sign up to be a juror? Moa, come down, I want to serve. I want to be a juror.
No, you cannot apply to be a juror. The jury list is made up, as I said earlier, from the voters list and the TRN list. Both of those lists are given to the court. They are combined, and then there's a process of random selection for persons to serve. So you cannot say that I want to sign up for jury duty. If you want to sign up and apply,
I have my TRN thing and I have my voter, but for whatever reason, not select me, but I'm interested. But I'm in the pool, but y'all be skipping me.
We're not permitted to headhunt.
Headhunt,
no,
yes.
We're not permitted to headhunt.
Yes.
You must be randomly selected for fairness.
Absolutely.
For obvious reasons. Because you don't want persons to say you have chosen this person because you know this person is probably likely to say the person is guilty.
Yeah, or innocent.
Or innocent. You want it for fairness purposes to be random, to be as random as possible.
Lessen the issue of bias, right? Very well.
Yes.
Let me ask you finally about compensation, because a lot of people also say, Kadish, I want to be a juror, I want to serve, but I have this bus fare now that I have to, with which I have to contend. This lunch money now, how am I going to get from my home to get back to home? All these new expenses, I have to buy good clothes, because hello, I can't go to court looking any kind of way. Are jurors compensated?
Jurors are not compensated. Jurors are given a stipend.
Yes, that word, right. A stipend.
A stipend. This is a civic duty. This is not employment. At the moment, persons receive $2,000 per day. Yes. At the moment, persons receive $2,000 per day if you are empaneled. So I have to make the distinction, because you may come today and you're not empaneled, you will not receive that.
And by empaneled, you mean?
You were not selected for a trial.
For the trial, right.
You will not receive that $2,000, but you are still required to come back tomorrow, because they'll be selecting for another trial tomorrow, and the chances are you might be selected for that trial. That is what obtains at the moment. However, there are discussions, active discussions are happening to increase the amount and to make some general amendments to the Jury Act to make better provision for our jurors, because we understand the economic environment in which we are, and we understand that it is inadequate. We are looking now from the CAD at providing them with their meals, for example, to make it a little easier on them. But there are other legislative amendments that are outside of our control. that are required in order for us to properly and adequately accommodate our fellow citizens when they come to serve.
Very well. So to answer our viewers' question, so no, your employer can't fire you.
That's
okay.
correct.
No, you should not be losing any income whatsoever.
Right. And if you do,
and if you do, there's a course of redress called the
Industrial Dispute Tribunal.
Dispute Tribunal, the IDT, to which you can take your matter. And trust me, normally employees are very successful.
I make no pronouncements there.
At the IDT, right? And also there is compensation of $2,000. You also have a responsibility to show to your employer the summons, to show to your employer if they require a letter from the court saying that in fact you have been summoned for jury duty. So it's not something that you're making up, so as to protect yourself even further from any kind of employer, you know,
any disadvantage
whatsoever from the employer. Yeah. Very well. Persons are still scoffing at jury duty, Kadish. What would be your word of, invitation or word as to why we should, embrace jury duty and not see it as a burden, but rather as a civic duty that really is quite important?
To make that point, I'll use the case of Maria Dean again. That matter took almost a decade to be heard and to be dealt with in the courts. No Jamaican citizen should be before the courts for that long. For among other reasons, the fact that we cannot empanel, and he was not the only one. We've had issues in places like St. Catherine where we cannot empanel not even one pool when circuit resumes. It means that where somebody is in conflict with the law, they are before the court for a longer period of time, because we cannot empanel and because we do not have the wherewithal to have a bench trial if there is no agreement.
Yeah.
So if your son, if your daughter is before the court and you do not turn up, and somebody else does not turn up for jury duty, your son, your daughter will be there for a longer period of time until we can empanel. Mm-hmm. So we are saying to citizens, when you receive the summons, show up for court, play your part in someone getting justice. Play your part for our fellow Jamaican citizens, because justice depends on the ordinary Jamaican in this instance.
And you never know when that ordinary Jamaican who is on trial may be you or a loved one. Thank you so very much. Very well articulated there. And just to say, jury service may feel like an inconvenience, but as Kadish said, it's a cornerstone of justice. And we're so grateful to her, Kadish Jarrett Fletcher from the Court Administration Division, for helping us understand the process and why our role as jurors matter. Sunrise will be right back.
No, I said, Pierce, you come from, brother, I want to live good, man. I want to live good, Bridging. No shake hand, I can play a little bad, Bridging.
Really have to shake hand?
Yeah, man, and no badness, Bridging. Just live good, man.
Ashman's Equipment, the new name in forklift sales and rentals in Jamaica. Top quality, low prices, fleet discounts available, 12-month warranty, free service parts, daily rentals, crazy cheap. Ashman's Equipment, same forklift, better deals.
From a bold idea in 1995 to years of transforming Jamaican homes and businesses, Design Options has been your partner in style, comfort, and creativity. From fine upholstery to fabrics, curtains, cushions, wallpaper, and custom touches made just for you. Design Options Limited, celebrating style, service, and sophistication. Here's to the next 30 years.
Where it all begins. The quest to become great. Inspired by those who went before them, these four boys dream of playing in the ISSA schoolboy football competitions.
Will he score this for Casey? Will he score? It's a shot, it's a goal!
And it's a shot, and it's a goal! And Casey has won the Manning Cup, and they will play Clarendon College in the Olivia Shield. And that's what you love to see. They may be rivals, but the camaraderie is what it's all about. Can't wait for the final.
When the bus the man, I want to watch my son play finals for CVM, you know.
But mums, you can't watch it on CVM website, man.
Score! My son score! My son score! My son score! My son score!
Greatness begins here.
I'm Giovanni Dennis, and this is CVM News.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Thank you very much for staying with us. If you've been with us from morning, thank you. We appreciate it. If you're just joining us, thanks for coming along. Well, September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, and this morning's checkup is all about men's health. Now, prostate cancer is one of the most common cancers affecting men globally, but with early detection, outcomes can be significantly improved. Urologist Dr. Dean Wong from Neo Medical is here to walk us through the risk factors, some of the symptoms, screenings, and the treatment options available. Good morning, Doc. How you doing?
Good morning. Thanks for having me. Morning to the audience as well.
All right. I notice you come very relaxed looking, you know.
I'm always relaxed.
Yeah, but there is, I suppose, whenever men, especially men over 40, hear about urologists and prostate cancer and there's almost like an apprehension. Is it a cultural thing? Is it globally, or you know, do we have a Jamaican problem?
It is somewhat cultural because they fear the prostate exam because it's done through the rectum. But nothing to fear. It's a simple, easy exam. It's something I do every day. And in private, once the man comes to the office, there's nothing to fear, and they all go through it very well.
I had a conversation the other day, just passing conversation, and you know, a gentleman mentioned being on some medication, and he mentioned it was for enlarged prostate. First thing was, wow, we've come a long way that people feel comfortable just talking about it. It suggests that the public education is working, but also for those persons who that might have flown over their head, what is an enlarged prostate and why is that problematic?
Okay, first I think we need to just tell persons what the prostate is in the first place, and then they'll understand.
Right.
So it's a gland size of a walnut. It's only in men, of course, and it's just below the bladder, and then it's connected to the penis. So it joins the reproductive system with the semen and sperm and the urinary tract as well.
Right.
So if it's bigger than normal, then it can squeeze the urinary tract and make it difficult to pass urine. So that is just enlargement, which is a separate entity from cancer.
Right. And so when you are doing a prostate examination, what are you looking for? Is that you're not looking for enlargement? What are you looking for?
So the prostate exam is done with one finger in the rectum. And the prostate is in front of the rectum. So we push forward gently. It's not painful, and we feel the surface. Sometimes we can detect lumps, hard nodules, which may be suggestive of cancer, and we get a good indication of the size as well. So we're feeling a lot of things at one time.
So when you say everything is normal, everything is good, what have you identified?
Right, so it means that the size is normal, the surface is smooth and firm, which is normal. That's just the examination part in terms of screening, meaning the person has no symptoms. They're just coming for a well visit, a checkup.
Right.
And then we'll incorporate a blood test called the PSA, prostate specific antigen, which complements the prostate exam.
You say it complements it, it doesn't replace it?
It does not replace it. In more contemporary practice, it has actually superseded the need for prostate exam. So it still plays a role, but even if a man is scared, as you were alluding to earlier, would still have the prostate blood test to do as a screening tool.
So, for instance, if as part of your annual, your male executive profile exam that you do, if you do that blood test,
right?
Is it? Would you still recommend doing the examination every? I don't know how many.
Well, currently, it is still part of the recommendation. But if the PSA result is really, really good within the normal range, meaning very low, then the sensitivity of doing the prostate exam and detecting something is also very low. So some men opt to not do the prostate exam if the PSA is really, really good. And we start in Jamaica at age 40 and we do it annually because our population is at very high risk because 91% of us are black or have some black descent in us. And of course, black men suffer from prostate cancer more than other races.
Is that genetics or is it social genes, social genetics? Is it diet? Is it?
It's somewhat genetic. There are some specific genes and there are some that run in families that are not specific for prostate cancer but are associated with prostate cancer. So we can't rewrite our genes. Most black men unfortunately have genetic predisposition to getting cancer and also more aggressive cancer. So that's why we target black men more than other races.
One of the things that concerns me is the symptoms or lack thereof, because so often you see men turn up with stage 4 or stage 3, it's advanced, maybe because they weren't doing tests regularly, but by the time they figure it out, it is far gone. What is it about the symptoms that miss us so very often?
All right, when you look at some charts created for men, you go at work and you see a poster or online in terms of prostate cancer education, and it lists some symptoms like urinary symptoms, blood in the semen, black back pain. Let me tell you, I have a big problem with those educational posters because the most common symptom of prostate cancer is no symptom.
Okay.
Right,
okay.
so we should go for well checkups when we have no problem, just due to age 40, 45, 50. You go into your annual check, just like how you check your blood pressure, you should be checking your prostate. And you spoke about the prostate exam and the PSA testing. So sometimes the symptoms can be due to other problems, not due to prostate cancer, or it can be due to prostate cancer. But if it is due to prostate cancer, it's somewhat advanced.
What about the man them who, like I said, oh, me active, me play ball a week time, me go to the gym, me diet, me this, me that. No, sir, me eat the things that me eat the pumpkin seed and...
Right. We need to kind of get away from that thinking with respect to prostate cancer.
My belly no big.
So, yeah, we big them up for having a healthy lifestyle. And, of course, that protects them or lowers the risk against other illnesses like heart attacks, stroke, and other lifestyle diseases. But the 3 most common risk factors, hardcore evidence for prostate cancer is age, so getting older. Every decade of life increase the risk. Ethnicity, so blacks and Caucasians more than Asians. And if you have one of the genetic risk factors, known genes in the family. So we ask about
any family members having prostate cancer, breast cancer, colon cancer, because they're overlapping genes.
Ah.
Right, so the lifestyle risk factors are actually much weaker with respect to prostate cancer. So, you know, obesity, alcohol, eating a lot of red meat, processed foods, and low in fats, vegetables and fruits are associated, yes, but not as strongly as the other risk factors. If you notice the risk factors I mentioned earlier on, you can't do anything about it.
Right.
Age, being black, having the genes. So it's not something that you can prevent per se. So we kind of frame it as a risk reduction with the lifestyle changes.
It sounds like the greatest lifestyle choice that you can have as a man is to have health-seeking behavior then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we need to focus on. So Prostate Cancer Awareness Month in September is really largely focused on screening, where since we can't prevent it per se, we can detect it early, where treatment is likely to be better with a better outcome.
All right, so for those persons watching this conversation and they're saying, all right, mega do it, or they're saying, mega tell my husband or my baby father, somebody is listening and they want to make a recommendation, where can they come to have a conversation with you to kind of move in the direction of the conversation and getting it done?
All right, that would be a good move. So please encourage them to come for their screening. I am at Neo Medical, which is located at 76 Red Hills Road Business Center. And of course, I work publicly as well at the premier institution of the Caribbean called Kingston Public Hospital.
Yes. People need to know Kingston Public Hospital is a premier healthcare institution, you know.
No doubt about it.
Definitely. Doc, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
All right, thank you for having me.
All right.
Good morning.
All right, my guest has been Dr. Dean Wong, urologist at Neo Medical. Men, talk to your doctors. Women, talk to your men. Let's continue to break the silence around prostate health. It is Prostate Awareness Month, and let us get dialed in and wake up to the reality of taking care of our health. All right, we're going to take a break. Sunrise continues after these.
The new pack Sweet Living promotion. Win great prizes. Living room set or bedroom set or kitchen appliance set. Plus 2 consolation prizes of AC units. Send in 5 new pack labels or receipts. Labels must belong to at least the new pack canned beans or peas, new pack ketchup, and new pack oil categories. Fill out the tagline. New pack, more than just value. Place your entry in one of the drop boxes at participating outlets. Enter by mail or online at newpackjamaica.com. Time to live sweet. Enter the new pack Sweet Living promotion. July 13th to September 6th. See the press for more details. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Get tiles and get creative with your floors, walls, and all the spaces in between. Our knowledgeable sales consultants are happy to help create your beautiful finish with the latest designs in first quality porcelain, wood look, vinyl, mosaics, natural stones, and countertops. At Creative, you will get every tile you need for your residential or commercial projects. Creative Building Finishes, your one-stop shop for everything tiles. Visit our showroom at 5 Red Hills Road or call 876-929-5553. Get tiles, get creative.
Are you ready for something mega? Mega Mart's giving away a brand new 2025 Hyundai Tucson. Second prize, a mega shopping spree. Third prize, 30,000 monthly shopping spree. Okay, break it down for them.
Spend $6,500 or more before GCT. Fill out the entry form on your receipt. Drop it in the box. That's it.
Authorized under Section 58.3
Where it all begins. The quest to become great. Inspired by those who went before them, these 4 boys dream of playing in the ISSA schoolboy football competitions.
Will you score this for Casey? Will you score? It's a shot! It's a goal!
And it's a shot, and it's a goal. And KC has won the Manning Cup, and they will play Clarendon College in the Olivia Shield.
on CVM, you know.
But mums, you don't care watch it on CVM website, man.
Run! My son score! My son score! My son score! My son score!
Greatness begins here. Jamaica, let's spread the word around to let the world know that we are proud to be one republic. We on the road to republic. Well then, let's propel we nation moving forward in a new direction. True independence, that's the projection. No more dependency, it's the best plan. Yes, we know what's best for us, cause we want we country prosperous. So make we just pull together as the general public while on the road to republic. Jamaica, let's spread the word around to let the world know that we are proud to be one republic. We on the road to republic.
A message from the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs.
We on the road to republic.
I need new shoes, books, so many things for back to school.
Back to school pressure is real. Chris and Charles has your back. Get your back to school loan of $1.5 million with reduced processing fees, discounted interest rates, and fast approval. Win a fully loaded backpack for your child. Start school with less stress and more success. Apply today at any branch or visit www.chrisandcharles.com. Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 53 of the Protecting Gaming and Lotteries Act.
It was rough. Every time the rain fall, the whole place wet up. I have to put the kids' them book in a bag until the place dry out. Ah boy, I couldn't afford a new roof. Then one day, Ross tell me about a grant I can get through the government. So I sent a letter to the ministry telling them wagwan. The officers came, them do them inspection where I was able to go to the hardware store, get the supply so my roof could have been fixed. I don't think I ever see my kids them smile so much yet. That means everything to me. The Ministry of Economic, Growth and Job Creation make my life better.
And thank you so much for staying with us here on Sunrise, right here on CVM TV. Good morning to all our new subscribers, our new Sunrisers, and of course to all
I see the people weighing in on whether porridge. Some of them are saying porridge is eaten, soup is drank. Some are saying soup is eaten, porridge is drank. I'm seeing
what about it just in the belly?
I'm seeing you drink both. I'm seeing the different interpretations are there.
Yeah, I gotta say, well, because I've heard people say eat a soup or eat a porridge, you know what I mean? So I've heard both. But most importantly, it's just nice and in your tummy, where it belongs.
Especially on a rainy day.
On a rainy day, I gotta tell you, nice soup and
yeah, man.
Some chicken soup or some goat soup. But, you know, just to backtrack on your interview with Dr. Wong earlier, I just wanted to make the point to men out there and women too, that there are female urologists, right?
That is true.
So just in case, you know, a man might be apprehensive like, yo, star, can't do the man star, yo, you know. There are female urologists, so you can go. And ladies, please.
No nails.
Yeah, no nails. Dennis.
No
oh my
nails.
God. So I hope that,
clean
you know, the clean fingers, they're professionals, right? And so you can take them.
Like Michaela could have been.
Ladies, small hands.
Them small.
Small hands. And ladies, please don't hesitate
Thank you,
to
Jesus.
make those appointments for your husbands, your partners, your father, your family members, so that you can go and take them and be with them. All right, so Dennis is having a moment, and we're going to take a moment to hear how a therapist thinks that our focus on feeling or feelings might actually be making us emotionally fragile. Check it out.
I'm not exactly sure how it's happened, but I'll give you my take on it, right? We've never talked about mental health more before, yet somehow we've become weaker because instead of building emotional strength, We've built a culture that rewards emotional fragility. We've made it normal to break down over minor inconveniences. We've convinced people that if something makes them uncomfortable, it must be harmful. We've created a world where feelings aren't just acknowledged, they're treated like the absolute truth. And we know that feelings are not facts. And here's what that looks like in real life. Discomfort is mistaken for danger. If a conversation makes you uneasy, it must be toxic. If a person challenges you, they must be unsafe. If a situation feels hard, it must be harming you. Boundaries are also being used as walls. Instead of learning how to have difficult conversations, we shut people out completely. Instead of addressing issues, we disappear and call it self-preservation, or I'm protecting my peace or my mental health. Struggle is now being labeled as a crisis.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I've actually seen this clip before, but it is something that I've often said, and like people are like, I think we have, and it stems from largely from American society and the impact of American society through globalization on the rest of the world, that we've delved into pseudoscience. So, for instance, everybody thinks they're some kind of a psychologist and they can psychoanalyze everything.
Yes.
I remember I was having a conversation and somebody would say, like, you're such a narcissist. And I'm like, do you even know what a narcissist is? I'm like, shut up.
We use terms very loosely now.
Like somebody disagree with you and like it's violence. I'm like, that is not violence. Actually, that is the opposite of violence. But we live in a world now where and I've said it before on this show, where we teach people to lean into their feelings. And some of the times, the problems of the current generation stem from the current generation trying to fix the problems of the previous generations. So maybe the baby boomers were not in touch with their feelings. And so maybe the millennials grew up trying to say, oh, when I become a parent, I'm going to teach my children to lean into their emotions. And then like we become like over or hyper emotional.
And that's my point now, because there's nothing wrong with leaning into the feelings. There's nothing wrong with listening to your children. There's nothing wrong with crying, right?
Absolutely.
But there must be some balance. So it can't be we're leaving from don't cry and me not hear what I said to all of a sudden I be bawling and oh my God, the world is coming to an end
down over some
because my nail broke. You know what I mean? Or somebody talked to you hard. Because the truth of the matter is, Dennis, life is hard and the world is also hard. So yes, I want to teach my child compassion, empathy, but I also have to teach you grit, because at the end of the day, the world is a tough place and I need to be tough. To get up to go to work in the mornings, you have to get up and go to work. You have to wash your shoes. You have to straighten up your room. And because I tell you to straighten up your room, it doesn't mean I hate you. And all of a sudden, oh my God, my mom hates me. No, I don't. Like you're having an existential crisis.
And you have to be careful that everybody wants this soft life. And like the women say, you know, they're in their soft life, but then the men want in them soft life too. So like
wholesale and retail. Hey,
it is fascinating the way. And yes, we're trying to get men to appreciate the importance of mental health.
Yes.
But the men need to realize that they need to be mentally strong.
My thing is, mental health is different from mental crutches. And a lot of people are using these things now as a mental crutch. Okay, I'm not productive or I'm not driven because, oh my God, this happened to me. I understand that this happened to you, but also understand that you're not your circumstance. And since that happened to you, have you tried therapy?
And the truth is that feelings are transient.
Have you tried to speak to somebody?
You lean into your feelings, and then when the feeling is gone, those things have implications.
But also, Dennis, you have this feeling or this is happening to you. What have you done to try to ameliorate the situation? As I said, have you tried therapy? Have you tried, go do boxing or something? So to me, sometimes it's almost as if the feelings they hold on to it and project it to have it as a pity party. It's like, yeah, well, this happened. And again, we're not underscoring things happening, but feelings aren't facts, right? And you can feel how you feel. And I'm not saying, because feelings are very real and I understand it. But sometimes I wonder how much of it is real or even imagined. Because we also now live in a world where people manufacture all sorts of things because they want sympathy. And by getting the sympathy, you get paid on certain social media platforms. And so when you go and you concoct this lie and present this life, people, like, and they comment, call us around it.
Share.
So it's, you know, I do take her point though. And, you know, I'm all about being emotional, but I also needed to have some grit.
About emotional responsibility, you know?
Have emotional grit as well.
Hey, before we go, you know what? I've been trying to surprise you on air for like days, and you just pay me no mind.
Me? How about me though?
Me try from when was election? The Thursday after. I mean, you just
because I got
pay me
flew
no
out.
mind. No, but you just pick up. Me I try to show you something. You just pick up, and me decide to tell you. Me want you see it on air because I want your natural reaction. And you just pick up.
Okay. Oh, wow!
You're so slow. And she say you're not fast?
Oh, my God. I don't
She say you're not fast?
Freedom is over. No, and you know, say, me I say, Dennis teeth them look good here, but to me not really. Yeah, oh, my God. Dennis is free of the brace space. Oh, my God. Dennis.
Everybody, me all talk to you. I say,
no, I told me not really fast, man. Oh my God.
I talk to you, that skin me teeth more.
Oh my God, and they're very white and perfectly aligned. Very, very wonderful dentition there. Lovely, I love it for you.
Big up Island Smiles, big up,
Hi,
big up Dr. Allen, big up Dr. Meeks. Anyway,
Teeth are almost.
That's where
I'm sorry, Dennis. I'm sorry, but they look hot. They look good. They look good.
That's what we're going to leave it for today. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for choosing to rise with us.